Despite a history of challenges dating back to the earliest immigrants, Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders continue to embrace their culture and thrive in the U.S. military. Diversity, once viewed as a weakness, is now one of the Marine Corps' greatest strengths. Marines use their personal heritages, traditions, and unique ways of thinking to strengthen the Corps. The dedication and valor of Asian American and Pacific Islanders can be traced in every American battle since the Civil War. For generations, Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders have continued to build a proud legacy that signifies the spirit of our nations. We represent nearly 50 countries and ethnic groups with distinct cultures, beliefs, and practices. Each country is rich in history and tradition. Our proud heritages encompasses the entire world and has dramatically shaped American history.
We serve this country because it's our land. We have a sacred purpose to protect this place. Jeffrey Bigay, Navajo Code Talker. It doesn't seem to make sense. Why would American Indians serve a government that overran their homelands, suppressed their cultures, and confined them to reservations? The reasons are complex. For thousands of years, American Indians have protected their communities and lands, and warriors' traditional role, however, involved more than fighting enemies. Warriors cared for people and helped in any time of difficulty. They would do anything to help their people to survive, including laying down their lives. Many American Indians view service in the U.S. Armed Forces as a continuation of the warrior's role in Native cultures.
At the heart of the modern Latino experience has been the quest for first-class citizenship. Within this border framework, military service provides unassailable proof that Latinos are Americans who have been proud to serve, fight, and die for their country, the U.S. Thus, advocates of Latino equality often note that Latinos have fought in every U.S. conflict, from the American Revolution to the current conflict in Afghanistan.
Hispanics have a proud and indeed enviable record of military service, dating all the way back to the Civil War. Whether their heritage can be traced to Spain, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Mexico, or one of dozens of other Spanish-speaking countries or cultures, they've answered the call of duty, defending America with unwavering valor and honor.
African Americans have fought for the United States throughout its history, defending and serving a country that in turn denied them their basic rights as citizens. Despite politics of racial segregation and discrimination, African American soldiers played a significant role from the colonial period to the Korean War. It wasn't until the middle of the 20th century that African American soldiers began to receive the recognition and equality they deserved.
Before 1940, African Americans were barred from flying for the U.S. military. Civil rights organizations and the black press exerted pressure that resulted in the formation of an all-African American pursuit squadron based in Tuskegee, Alabama in 1941. They became known as the Tuskegee Airmen. The Tuskegee Airmen overcame segregation and prejudice to become one of the most highly respected fighter groups of World War II. They proved conclusively that African Americans could fly and maintain sophisticated combat aircraft. The Tuskegee Airmen's achievements, together with the men and women who supported them, paved the way for full interrogation of the U.S. military. Throughout America's history, from the Battle of Lexington to the Battle of Fallujah, black soldiers have honorably answered the call to duty, serving with great valor and distinction in America's armed forces.